Hey, welcome to the stream. Today we are checking out the E-MU Proteus 2000. This is a rompler from 1999, back when 2000 was a futuristic number. I'm just playing these amazing demo songs. I just got this synth about a week ago. I got this for a really good price. It was... dealing with the seller was a little bit difficult. I was sure I would not be able to buy this, but in the end I was able to get this, and I'm so satisfied with this. The synth is in pretty good shape for something that's about 23 years old. I opened the case, and under the cover it said 2002. So that's the last year that these were made, I believe. These were made from 1999 to 2002. And these synths are used in a lot of video game soundtracks. For me personally, Metroid Prime is the reason why I absolutely had to have one of these synths. This is used extensively in the Metroid Prime soundtracks. There are also some familiar sounds from Halo, if you've played that. And I'm not a huge Halo fan. But Alex Ball did a video on the sound design on Halo, or the soundtrack, and he had this Proteus 2000 featured on that video. So there are a few sounds that were from this. I think it's pretty fascinating that how these video game soundtracks were made back then. I mean, you already had like pre-recorded music because you had the disk space for music. But you probably didn't have the budget for like a full orchestra and choir and whatever else you have these days. So you use these very realistic sounding romplers. When you actually program these well, these sound really good. The sounds are really well recorded. Samples. This basically has everything you need. Now I think this demo song is from the B3 expansion. When I got this synth, I thought I was buying the Proteus 2000 with the default composer ROM. Basically these synths have 4 ROM slots. You have these cards that you slot into the ROM slot, and that's how you get more sounds. So I thought that I would get the Composer ROM with the basic Proteus 2000. But when I opened it up, it had all 4 slots. Basically all 4 slots had an expansion, so it was fully expanded. It had the B3, what do you call it? Ultimate B3, I think, which is this Hammond expansion, and it had the Rhodozoa expansion, which has sounds from Proteus 1, 2, and 3. So the original Proteus modules, which are legendary, and then it had the Vintage collection, which has old synth sounds, Mellotron sounds, and all this. Well, it's pretty incredible find. The seller had, probably had no idea what he had. I actually asked him if it had any expansions, but he didn't answer at all. So fine by me. He could have gotten a little bit more money for this if he had known what he had. Oh, Crazy Rabbit, hey, thank you for stopping by. Today's stream is a little bit different. I'm just checking out the Proteus 2000, which is my latest synth. You can see underneath this, there's the JV1080, which is another 90s classic that I bought recently. But I'm still kind of getting to grips with that one. The Proteus is a little bit easier to use. And we're just checking out the demo songs on the Proteus. So basically, for those who don't know how synthesizers were like 25-30 years ago, you got rompler that had like a basic sound pack and presets, a lot of presets. This has 1024 factory presets by default and 512 user presets, I think. This plus all the expansions. So there's an incredible amount of presets in this thing. So back then, if you wanted to get more sounds for your synths, you had to buy expansion cards. If it did not have any expansion packs, would any sounds come out? No, the Proteus is interesting in that it is you basically have 4 slots and you can take out all the cards or the ROM cards. So if you don't have any ROM cards in there, you don't have any sounds. It will boot up. It's kind of it's crazy. Some people actually I've read that some people take the cards out and sell them separately because for some reason you can get more money for the card than the actual hardware, which is a little bit weird, but well, that's how it goes. I'm not sure if that's true anymore, but some people have these old things lying around. The Proteus 2000 is part of the, I think it's the last generation of E-MU devices, and basically they had the same hardware under different names. So this is a Proteus 2000, you could have had like an Extreme Lead, you could have something else, and they all had a different default ROM. So basically they had the same thing, it was painted differently, had a different name, but the hardware was basically all the same, and they just installed a different card and you had a different synthesizer. Now you can take the cards out of the other synths and put them in here, and you have the exact same sounds. At risk for copyright claims? I'm not sure. I actually thought about that, but these are just these are just demo songs from the Proteus, and I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I've never gotten a copyright claim. These songs might be, I don't know. I think we'll get to auditioning some presets later. This has this incredibly useful feature where you just press the audition button here and you scroll through presets and it'll play basically a MIDI file that fits that exact preset. So if you think that you were like a video game composer, 25 years ago, you had to work really fast and find the sounds that you needed for the soundtrack. So you would just press audition, scroll through, and sometimes when you listen to these, audition files, you hear something that's really familiar from somewhere. So basically the composers might have even gotten a little inspiration from the audition files. You're just scrolling through and you get something that you like, and then you're like, oh, this is like perfect for my soundtrack. And you like play the exact same thing or even record the audition. Can you add sounds to the Proteus or only the soundtrack cards? If you mean like can you upload your own sounds, then no, unless you have like there are rewritable ROM cards floating around. And if you have a particular E-MU sampler, I think you can write your own samples onto the ROM cards, but it's not like usual. So you get the expansion that has the sounds you want and the presets you want, and you just slot that in and then you get to work. Oh, thank you for asking questions, Crazy Webbed. It's nice to have someone commenting. So I basically wouldn't be happier if this had some of the ROMs that were used in Metroid Prime, like the Extreme Lead and the I think it's Orbit 3 or something like that. But I'm pretty happy with the ROMs that came with this, because I didn't expect it to come with anything but the default one. And this is a really good song. Someone really put a lot of effort in these demo songs. I think this is from the Vintage Collection expansion ROM. I think that's some Mellotron, and this is some kind of organ thing. So these Proteus 2000 generation E-MU devices have filters. So they have basically a digital filter, or actually several filter models that are really interesting. They are very different from what you're used to So, for example, the multi-poly that's here, it has quite realistic models of analog filters, but the Proteus filters are very different. They are digital. They are definitely digital, but they sound really unique. And there are also effects here. You have basically 2 effects per preset, and FX A is time-based effects, it's reverbs and delays, and FX B is like everything else. The reverb in this thing is not that great. It does the job if you're careful with your high end, but other than that it's not really terribly good. I think the JV1080 has a better reverb. I would almost call this JV1080 reverb good. But basically, compared to something like a Hydrosynth reverb, which I think is a pretty bad reverb, the Proteus is not very bad. You can definitely work with it. I think we've had enough of these demo songs. We'll go back to presets and we'll start auditioning some presets here. Now, when you look at the screen here, you see your MIDI channel here. This has 2 MIDI inputs. There's MIDI input A and B. So basically you have 32 MIDI channels. And you can play 32 separate parts. So this is 32-part multi-timbral, which when you consider that we are really impressed by something like the multi-poly or WaveState being 4-part multi-timbral, this is 32-part multi-timbral. Absolutely insane specs on this thing. We'll go into the Composer ROM. You see you have all these presets in several banks, 7 banks I think of factory presets, and then several more banks of user presets. We'll start just auditioning something. I have some reverb from the UAFX Golden, but I'll turn that down. We can hear the sound of the Proteus. So you can just browse through presets, have the audition button engaged, and you can hear exactly what you're getting. It's really nice sounding pads. Of course, it's a rompler. Rompler pads are legendary. sounds good. And there's spillover actually. You can hear the previous preset spilling over. So as you can see here, it says 128 voice expandable sound module. This is 128 voices. It's more than the Wavestate Mark II. Oh, that's a ringtone right there. This is a soundtrack pad right there. This sounds really good. Oh, hey Mike. Yeah, I heard about the, or read about the PCB shortage. This, that really sucks. But I think Oxi is probably not the only company affected by the shortage. I'm very lucky that I got my Mark II. I was among the first to get one. Yeah, the Proteus sounds absolutely amazing. And it is 32-part multi-timbral. Basically, I could run, if I had split on the Oxi One, I could run 2 MIDI outputs into the Proteus 2000 and have 32 tracks playing. Hey Hans, welcome to the stream. You sure loved its chirpy and resonant filters, definitely. Sounds so good. I love that sound. Can't get enough. Some people hate it. Really interesting. The basses are incredible. This is some Seinfeld type stuff right here. Slap bass. Big fan. I think hits really need to make a comeback if they haven't already. This is good. I think the Proteus has really good presets, but the JV1080 is on another level. The presets on the 1080 are absolutely incredible. They had some amazing sound designers. Some reverb on this. Some lexicon style. Huge reverb. Let's wash it out. Okay. Okay, these are pure cheese, but they sound amazing. Really incredible orchestral sounds. Sound effects. This sound is featured in the Metroid Prime soundtrack. I think this is in the phase-on area. Sounds a bit like some kind of a, what do you call that? Geiger counter. So take this sound, put some reverb on this as well. You get some crazy ambience here. Just playing with this synth, you get all these sounds that are really familiar. Bad Bells is another one that I think is used in the Metroid Prime, and the same track as the previous one. This research was done by Cinemax, SYNAMAX. He has a YouTube channel. He's done a lot of research into Metroid Prime soundtracks and all the synths that they used for the soundtrack. Actually, I'll stop the audition here. This is another really good sound. The way you make those sounds like in, let's say, something like Silent Hill. you pitch the samples down. This is like a bass string scrape. Nothing special. Then you play it a few octaves down. Add some reverb. And you have some horror sound design right there. Crickets will probably work as well. This is probably something that a lot of sound designers did back then. Okay, this is a crowd. We'll go a few octaves down. Another ambient sound. Add some reverb. Really good. This is a really good pad. Okay, Uncle Chrome, welcome to the stream. Big fan of Proteus. You've written VCV rack patches to play them. Proteus 2000 has more power than the 123, but the Ultra has the C-plane filters. Yep. I'm not really familiar with the Ultra. I know that the Ultra has more filter types than the Proteus 2000. I think we need to start moving a little bit faster. There are so many presets and I'm in bank. Okay, this one. I think this is the one that is in the Halo soundtrack. I think it's like the Flood or whatever you call that. I haven't played Halo. I played a little bit of Halo 3 with some friends back when I was studying. But I don't really have much of an idea about the single player stuff. But this is like a... We'll stop the audition and play this pitch down. That should be familiar for people who played the first Halo at least. Nice. Some more horror soundtrack type sounds here. Okay. Now we're in the early 2000s. Yeah. There's another ringtone. Check the comments. Yeah, the Proteus 2000 has like 3 separate stereo outputs. So there's the main output or mix output, and then sub 1 and sub 2. I haven't actually tried if the sub 1 and 2 work on this thing, but this is actually in pretty good condition. I believe the guy I bought it from an estate sale, and probably had no idea what he had. And Morpheus and Ultra have the C-planes. Yeah, I know the Morpheus and Ultra are really rare. These are, I think these are pretty easy to find, at least on Reverb and eBay. But once in this kind of condition with 3 extra ROMs is kind of a really good deal. So I think the Proteus 2000 does have the Whistling Joe patch. I actually have the Protozoa expansion here. So when I bought this, I thought that it would only have the Composer ROM, because this was priced like Proteus 2000 with the Composer, but it had 3 expansions, and it actually had the Protozoa card, which has the Proteus 1, 2, and 3 sounds. So we'll go look for the Whistling Joe. I know I've seen it somewhere. We'll go to B123, and I wonder what it's probably the lead sound. It's Whistling Joe. We'll keep the audition on so you can hear something. It's not there. It's in Proteus 2. Okay. Now I'm lost again. We'll go to Proteus 1, 2, 3 and to Bank 2. And we'll go looking for the Whistling Joe. Now this only has this Protozoa card only has 128 presets from each, and then it has some newer presets that were made for just this one. Okay, Whistling Joe. This should be the X-Files sound. No, this is not the X-Files tune. Add a bit of reverb. Classic. Oh, that was good. An 8-part mix using all 3 outs, control live by MIDI with VCVO. Wow. I have yet to try the multi-timbral features in this. It's actually pretty, it looks to be pretty easy to use. You just set the MIDI mode to multi, I think, and then you just feed it with the more MIDI channels. Yeah, 3 extra ROMs. It has the B3 and the Protozoa and the Vintage collection. Actually really good. And I was very surprised. When I got this, I took it out of the box and I immediately opened it up. And this looked like it had been opened, so I figured if he got it from an estate, it was probably from some guy. He got a lot of synths from the estate. But so when you have someone who has a lot of synths, they probably take pretty good care of them and they upgrade them. So this actually did have really really good upgrades. This is very much a surprise. So Uncle Chrome, you have Proteus 1 XR, 2 XR, 3 XR and Ultra. Okay, well, I just recently got into these rack synths. I mean, the Proteus 2000, because of Metroid Prime, has been a dream synth for me for a while now. And I found this one for a pretty good price. And the JV1080 was more of an impulse buy, but this Roland sounds super good as well. Okay, Matthias, welcome to the stream. You had the Proteus back in the day. Voice count never made sense, and you think it got voices pre-128. I haven't tested at all, so it might depend on the presets, of course. Might be good to sequence the Digitact. Probably, yeah. I have never used the Digitact. I'm sure it's a great device for sequencing as well. But I have the Oxi One here, and I might try a little bit of multi-timbral sequencing with this. Okay. Oh, I love these sounds. It's cheesy. It's kind of lo-fi, but it's still sort of hi-fi, if you know what I mean. Had a bit of lexicon reverb from the UAFX Golden. I love this. So the display looks nice. Yeah, definitely. I was surprised at how good this thing looked. Some of the knobs, the two knobs here, were yellowed, but this didn't come from a smoker, so it's not that. It was something else. This literally smelled like a linen closet. It was probably stored away for a very long time. Let's see, what else do we have here? These are still the Proteus 2 presets. Another ringtone right there. Oh, nice. Okay, add reverb. Sounds really good. Oh wow. So good. Add reverb. Some huge reverb. So I have to check the battery. I did open this up and I had it open. I took pictures of it, but I'm not sure. I didn't check the battery. If it's just one of those like a CR2032 or whatever you call that, it'll be an easy swap probably. But if it's soldered, then I am screwed. So Uncle Chrome, you're a sad E-MU and a Sonic fanboy. So why sad? Nothing sad about being an E-MU fanboy. I absolutely love the cheese. I don't know. This sounds beautiful. So this is some Emerson, Lake and Palmer stuff right here. Nice bass. Honestly, I have all these newer synths and I have my Eurorack here and everything, but I think I would be pretty happy with just the Proteus. I think it sounds really good. And this has so many sounds. It's incredible. Reverb. And I actually have the vintage collection has like a full preset that is just a multi-sampled 808 and 909 at least, and probably some other drum machines and some acoustic kits. Basically, I could get rid of my drum machine. I have TR6S, so I don't really tweak drums that much. I'd probably be pretty happy using the Proteus for drums. Another bass. Sounds really good. Wow. Good. Add reverb, as always. Oh, you're sad you don't have more E-MU and Sonic. I would actually like to have try an Ensonic synth, but I don't think they made any modules. Is it like it's basically the E-MU sounds in a keyboard? But I think they had like polyphonic aftertouch and everything. You don't have hardware Eurorack, but you're deep in VCV. Okay, basically I got started with VCV. I got a few hardware synths, and then I was sort of interested in modular, which was a huge mistake. And then I tried, basically I tried VCV. I had a hard time sort of getting it, because I need to have something physical that I can touch and that has like I just need something physical. So I got a Behringer Roton for my first semi-modular last year. And then I tried to use it with CV and gates. And it took me a while to understand how it works, but when it clicked, I got so hooked on the modular thing. Nice. It's like pizzicato strings with a Moog. Sounds amazing. Nice pad. A sci-fi thing. Bells. I love bells. Uncle Chrome, I really have to check out your stream. Sounds really interesting. So you're basically controlling your Proteus with PCB. Have problems with your hands. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. I'm very lucky that I'm healthy, and I'm also very lucky that actually I had a motorcycle, and I sold that to get synthesizers. So this is like perhaps a little bit more sensible hobby than motorcycles. So I'm slightly less likely to injure myself with my synthesizers. The harps sound really good. And I love tubular bells. Let's start glockenspiel. These are like ringtone material again. Really good percussion. These are still the Proteus 2 sounds. We need to move on. Let's see, what else do we have here? I could probably do a stream on each ROM card separately and not run out of material. Modern guitar. This is an actually a really good guitar preset. So I used to play the guitar, and for some reason I enjoy these synthesizer guitars more than real guitars. So you're new to this? Yeah, I'm pretty new to hardware synthesizers. I got my first hardware synth in March last year, and before that I've basically tried making some music on my PC using VSTs. I used to play the guitar. I still have guitars. but I don't really play them anymore. I used to play them for like 20 years, and I played in bands and everything, but I never felt very creative or sort of I didn't feel at home with guitars. So then I tried making electronic music like a couple of years ago, and I got hooked. I just had a much better time, and it felt a lot easier to get my ideas across, and I guess my ideas were more suited to electronic music than guitar music. I really loved metal music, and I never could write a metal song. I'll switch the preset, go back to Proteus 1 and where am I right now? Proteus 1. I love these fake sounding choir pads. These are incredible. These always remind me of like Metroid. A bit of reverb here. Welcome to the world of music production and poverty. Definitely. But I think the selling the motorcycle paid for all of this. I had a pretty nice motorcycle for commuting, but I live in the north, and you can basically only ride the motorcycle like half of the year, realistically. Maybe 8 or 9 months a year if you're crazy. That kind of felt like a waste. And I got over the motorcycle thing, and then I decided that I really want synthesizers. Nice acoustic guitar. That actually sounds really good. That's some reverb, plate reverb actually. We'll try playing this with the keyboard. Then you go low. I love this sound. Sorry. Sounds really good. Keep auditioning some presets. Just really good bass sounds. Oh. Oh. Reverb. Hall. Huge hall. Modulation. Love it. Yeah, the multi-poly is really an incredible synth. Like a really good sounding analog. modeling synth. And it does wavetables as well, with a really good voice count and really good filters. So Uncle Chrome, you got out of music production for about 6 years and bought a boat. Oh. Boats are like the last thing that I ever want to get into. I think it's the same problem with boats as motorcycles here. The season is very short and gas is incredibly expensive here. So just like several €100 to fill up the tank and go out for like a day. It's insane to me. This thing was literally like €200 and it will probably last a good few years. You like to see the JV1080? Definitely. I'm gonna do another stream on the JV1080 later. I'm still kind of getting to grips with it, but the 1080 here has it has a few expansions as well. There's the Asia expansion, the World expansion, and the Vocal expansion. Now the Vocal expansion is incredibly good. I don't really like the jazz scat thing, but the presets on this are incredible. I will concentrate on the Proteus 2000 for now. I actually want to go to vocals here, because there are some really good vocal presets here. So Vox, we'll start with light ahs. Oh, this sounds so good. Bit of reverb. Sounds huge. This is the kind of vocal preset that I love. Kind of it sounds kind of real, but it sounds fake. Add some reverb to this huge hall reverb. And I still want to find a Roland JV880 for that one Metroid choir sound. I have to have that in hardware. Okay, Connor McConnor, welcome to the stream. I'm looking at yours right now. Yeah. Absolutely love this synth. Oh, you have a quattro verb. Nice. Actually, I kind of want to try like a 90s rack reverb unit. I'm not sure if they're actually worth it. I have a few really nice reverb pedals here. I have the golden reverberator by UAFX, which is the Proteus is running through that right now, so I can bring up the mix here. And this has really good lexicon reverbs, and I have the Mercury X by Meris here. And that's another really good reverb pedal. So I'm not sure getting. Oh, this sounds like something from like a Ocarina of Time or something. Incredible reverb. Another really good pad. And another really good pad. Yeah, Uncle Chrome, the Integra is like the modern, I think it's like the last one that Roland made in that style, I think. And it's supposed to be really good. I think it has that like a supernatural sound thing, which is supposed to sound really good. But I kind of want it to sound retro. I want that 90s cheese. I want that sort of a really good sounding, but something that doesn't sound real. Another really good choir. And another pad right there. And another really good pad. Just love that filter sound. I think this is another preset that you use for like sound design. Played a few octaves slower. Yeah, definitely. Really good. Really good sound. And this is a really good pad. And this sounds like Metroid. Add some reverb. You can't have too many sounds. Yeah. I think there's a time to be playing around with sounds and gear, and then there's a time to make music. So just checking out sounds and playing around with these is just one way that I relax. I'm not a professional musician, so I don't need to be productive. I can make music when I feel like it, and I can just mess around with my stuff when I feel like doing that. So this is all very relaxing for me. Some people watch TV, some people read books. I play with synthesizers. This is like an incredible vocal pad. Really airy vocal pad. And all these mellotron sounds are incredible. Another really good pad with some nice use of the filter. Okay, oddly enough, I'm not much of a fan of 90s, dance pop music, whatever you call that, like Ace of Base stuff. I'm just really into video game soundtracks, especially Metroid. So that's where my fascination with these romplers comes from. Incredible. Add reverb. The vintage collection is probably the best surprise I could find here. Sounds really good. Pure rompler cheese. Sounds incredible. Let's change our category here. There actually, it has these jam presets here, so you can just press audition. It's like a full jam. Pretty good. It's like a backing track. Okay, really cool presets. What else do we have here? Go for synthesizers. There. cool sound. Add reverb again. Almost everything is better with a huge whole reverb. Wrote a preset scroller. I need one of those. I've actually been meaning to see if I can change the presets on my Control S61 Mark III here. I already programmed the knobs to control basically the control knobs here. So I can use my keyboard here to tweak the knobs. Yeah, I love this sound. I kind of want to spare the hardware. I don't want to put too much wear on these encoders and everything. So that's why I want to control these externally as much as I can. We still have a few minutes left, so I thought I would try sequencing this with the Oxi One. I want to change this to multi-mode. See, what do we have here in preset 1. I think I'll change the preset 1 to a drum track here. Percussion, I should find something here. Something else. Synth. Go to the VROM and look for again 909. Oh, let's go for 808. We'll change our sequencer type in the Oxi to multi-track. Let's see what we're getting out of this. That is not a bass drum. Now that is a bass drum. We have some. There's a snare, okay. Another snare, clap. Okay, yeah. Just do the Okay, we have drums going. What do we have in track 2? I want to set this to mono mode. We'll do a bass sound here, so channel 2 would be a bass. Actually change to VROM, or oh sorry, it's just okay. Bass 3, there's 2600 there. Okay, let's try this. Sounds really low. Okay. Sounds like a hit song. Okay, incredible. We'll set the track 3 here to a chord track and change channel 2. Synth sound. Synth. Let's try this. Nope. Okay. Okay, multi-temporality works. I can just keep going here. We have a drum track, bass track, chord track. We'll do another lead here, or a lead here in mono mode. Actually, we'll try stochastic. Set this to pentatonic minor and track 3 to something maybe B3. You can also set the levels and pan these presets however you like. But this is 4 parts or 4 tracks from the Oxi sequencing the Proteus 2000. Add a bit of reverb, delay. I don't want a huge reverb for this one. And then go back to 3, and I want to play with the filter a bit, the stone. Filters sound really good. I love that sound. It doesn't sound like an analog filter. I think I just wrote a hit song, so I'll be sending this out to record companies right after the stream. I basically still have 28 parts that I could sequence on top of these 4 here. So I'm not really sure why I would ever need that, but it's cool to have the capability. I think multi-temporality is there are some multi-temporal synths these days, but I think at some point synthesizers just went for lower voice count, even digital synthesizers. When this has like 128 voices, and this 30-year-old JV1080 has 64 voices. And then you get a Hydrosynth from 2020, and it has 8 voices. I think something went wrong somewhere. You don't need 128 voices, but the multi-poly, for example, has like 60 voices, depending on the settings. I think that's plenty for 4 parts. This track is actually not that great. Okay, I think that's it for the stream for tonight. I think I may have to do another stream on the Proteus. It's just full of incredible sounds, and I still want to do like a stream where I explore all the sounds that are found in Metroid Prime, and then I want to do some sound design kind of thing. I did a little bit of that in this stream as well, and it's just so effortless with a rompler like this when you have like a sampled sound that is something. It sounds like it's just a normal sound, but then you play it a few octaves down and you have a horror soundtrack. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you very much for joining me tonight, and I will see you again very soon.